Broadcasting from the basement of La Penta, this is WICR.
We are back. I'm Anthony, that's Matt, and we've got more NCAA basketball to talk about. As mentioned, we're going to talk about the West now. So who do we have down here? We have Wisconsin.
We have, I'm gonna be honest with you right now. Before we even get into it, I think that Arizona, given the opportunity, because I don't think it's going to even be close against Xavier. I think given the opportunity, yeah, I really do. I think Arizona is just way too good. They're blowing. They haven't had one close game in the tournament yet. I think given the opportunity, they'll give Wisconsin a run, and I think they have the best shot to beat Kentucky.
And we've got Xavier at a 6 seed, and they beat Mississippi. You know, that was kind of a blowout game, actually. And then Georgia State, they beat Georgia State by 9. I mean, I feel like they haven't played a good game.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think they are.
I feel like they're cruising.
I don't think they're really prepared for Arizona yet.
I feel like this year's tournament, you know, we haven't had much upsets.
It's definitely down from previous years.
With the exception of Kansas and Wichita State.
Right.
It's not like Duke is still in it.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no Lehigh.
Exactly. There's no Lehigh. There's no Mercer.
Yeah, where is that? Where's the? I feel like UAB. I mean.
Well, I just think overall the committee did a bad job this year. I mean, I know UCLA is still in there, which I guess they really are making a case for the fact that they should have got in. But I think Texas was a team that shouldn't have got in. I think the middle of their season was way too shaky, and their strength of schedule wasn't strong enough. So I really don't think that they should have gotten in.
Yeah, man, that's a struggle for them. But Xavier, Arizona, 2 against the 6. I'm gonna give the game to Arizona. I think
Arizona takes it, and I like the Wisconsin-UNC matchup. UNC was inconsistent a lot this year, but they look good.
Roy Williams has worked hard with that team.
Absolutely, and he's had a lot of tournament success. So.
And they listen to him. I think he's tied for 2nd right now in tournament wins.
Yep, so. I think behind. Is it behind Coach K or is it behind Izzo?
I think K.
It's got to be Coach K, right?
Definitely. But that's gonna be a good game to watch. When's that? That's
also tomorrow. Yep.
Oof. So we're gonna have stacked
big night of basketball tomorrow.
Stacked night tomorrow. I cannot wait to see Wisconsin, North Carolina. That's going to be, North Carolina's been working. Wisconsin, I think they won preseason. They won the Atlantis, the Battle of Atlantis. That was a good tournament.
Absolutely, yeah.
Great tournament, and we all got a taste of what Wisconsin was going to be like this year.
I agree.
And they've succeeded in conference play. They've succeeded in tournament play. They're number 1 seed. And I think that North Carolina's... they've met a match in North Carolina. You know, it's not like they're facing a bad team. I feel like Roy Williams is going to have to work really hard on his team's defense, which they play good defense.
I think the biggest problem, you would think is just going to be stopping Kaminsky, who I think is Player of the Year.
Right.
I think he edges out Okafor for Player of the Year.
Right.
We'll see what happens with that. I want to put Duke on upset watch.
Yeah.
Because I think Delon Wright and Utah are going to give them a run.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see that matchup with them and possibly Gonzaga.
We've got Gonzaga, man. If they play,
don't sleep on UCLA. Really, don't sleep on them.
The Bruins have pretty much snuck in here, and they're like, let's bring back some of the.
They shouldn't have gotten past SMU though.
Yeah.
The questionable goaltend to end the game, but then they did what they had to do against UAB.
Yeah.
14 seed, but they still got it done. And I like this matchup a lot. Kevon Looney and Norman Powell with Alford, up against the big guys at Gonzaga. So that's going to be a fun matchup too.
Yeah, man. That's rough. I mean, the fact that Iowa State's not in anymore, after having a good season that they had.
And think about Iona could have possibly been matched up against them. So
man. I feel like. Oh man, I kind of wish we beat Wofford because Wofford made it into the tournament. Had we beaten Wofford, we probably would have taken
Wofford or Arkansas if we would have beaten one of those teams.
I mean, Wofford won their conference, so
which isn't a very strong conference.
That would have helped us because it would have
absolutely
people have seen. Yep. Well, Wofford won their conference, but Iona beat them, so.
Exactly.
I wish I was on the committee.
I know.
I want to listen to these conversations and how these people pick these teams because honestly, Texas
it would have helped us. It would have helped us a lot if Wake Forest had a better season because Wake Forest had one of their worst years in recent history. So an ACC win on the road would have been great for us if Wake Forest actually had a good year. But
definitely. So we've got Xavier, Arizona covered. We've got Arizona advancing on that one.
Yes.
But I feel like back to Wisconsin, North Carolina, we haven't picked the winner for this game, and I don't want to pick.
I don't want to either because UNC always makes a run. I like to think Wisconsin's going to come out of that, but something's telling me that the boys in Chapel Hill are going to get it done.
Yeah. Definitely, I feel like UNC's going to make this run, and I'd like to see Roy Williams take this team to the Final Four.
I would too, because nobody expected them to be there because they started out real shaky this year.
Tom Izzo can take his team to the Final Four, and if we get Calipari, Izzo, and
Krzyzewski, if we get them all in there,
that's going to be a sick Final Four.
It'd be something.
It's something that the fans have been waiting for, because Duke's been out of the tourney in the last couple of years.
Yeah, they haven't been able to come through.
And UNC hasn't been there. What if we get a UNC Duke final? I mean, what?
You can't put it. UNC would have to beat Kentucky, and that's I think the best chance that any team had to beat them so far was Cincy because of how physical Cincy plays. But I think other than that, the only other team is Arizona.
Kentucky is stacked, and I just can't wait till the Elite Eight. We gotta get to the Final Four.
We need to.
This is killing me.
Tomorrow night's gonna be. So tomorrow night we have Kentucky, West Virginia. That's the late game at 9:45. The first game looks like it's Notre Dame. Actually, the late game is the 10-17, the Arizona and Xavier. First game we have Notre Dame, Wichita State at 7:15. And then at 7:47 we have that Wisconsin UNC matchup.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have the Zags beating UCLA in this one.
Yeah, I agree.
I just love seeing Gonzaga when they're good, and this year they're playing really well, and they kind of deserve to.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Especially considering UCLA was a team that was on the bubble.
Yep.
They kind of deserved to make it past them. So we've got Duke beating Utah, but if Duke lost to Utah again, I do have Duke on upset alert. I'm hoping they pull it out because I would like to see a historic Final Four, but Utah has a strong chance at beating them. Yeah. So let's say Kentucky beats West Virginia, and then we have Kentucky possibly facing Wichita State or Notre Dame after that one. That's going to be a good matchup for Kentucky, as either one of those offenses and defenses can put them into trouble.
Absolutely.
Notre Dame plays at a quick pace.
Yep.
It's kind of like
and Wichita State might be able to shoot them off the floor.
Yeah.
I'd much rather try to shoot over the Harrison twins than go inside against the trees. So
definitely. And then we have NC State, Louisville. Rick Pitino's gonna find a way to beat this team.
I would think so. NC State they had a rocky year too. They had a couple huge road wins.
Yeah.
At Duke. They had one other one in the ACC. Can't remember who it was, but they did have two huge road wins.
Is it Miami?
It was Miami, but they're another team. I think they should have gotten in because they basically had the same season as NC State.
Is Miami still contending for the NIT?
Yes, they are.
Going to win the NIT.
I said that a couple weeks ago.
That's my favorite for the NIT. Definitely.
Yep. I think whatever team wins the NIT clearly shows they should have gotten into the tournament.
Duke at home? Are you kidding me? And they're not in the NCAA tournament? They deserve it. That
was their big win that should have got them in.
They deserve to be in. So they're probably going to win the NIT. And then we have Louisville. Let's say Louisville beats NC State. We're going to have Oklahoma, Michigan State. I'm going to have Michigan State beating Oklahoma.
Yeah,
I don't care if Oklahoma's a three.
No, yeah. I have Michigan State also.
Michigan State's on a roll right now, and I don't think that Oklahoma's going to be able to
Travis Trice is playing way too well, and you can't forget, Denzel Valentine, their big scorer. So.
Oh, yeah. And then we're going to, hopefully, Louisville, Michigan State after that one. That's going to be a
great matchup. If great matchup. Absolutely.
That's going to be fun to watch. This is Elite Eight. From here on out,
definitely. If you're not watching them, what are you doing?
These are great programs that are contending right now. It's we have
they're mostly out of everyone left in the Sweet 16, all very historic programs with a lot of rich history. So
yeah. So we've got a lot of great teams with a lot to prove. Kentucky's out here 4 wins away. We'll see.
Everyone's out to get the big dog.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone's like, who can beat them? How can we beat them, and what can we do to give ourselves the best matchup against them? It's going to be fun to watch, but I feel like Calipari's got it down. And again, after the tournament, I feel like what month are we in? March. April's right around the corner.
Yep.
These kids are committing to these colleges already, and there's still a couple of guys who hold out till the end. They hold out till the end of the tournament and see where they want to go to school.
Yeah.
I feel like Kentucky's pushing really hard for
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of talent from across the nation.
And you know they're going to get it either way.
Yeah.
So, but you can't dismiss the fact that a lot of people, Calipari gets the best players in the country. Yeah, but he still has to coach a different set of players every year because a lot of those guys are going one and done. It's not like you're at a different school at Wichita State you got guys going 4 years. Shaka Smart's he's a VCU, but you can't dismiss the fact that Calipari's not a great coach because he really is taking every year with just 18-year-olds and then they're leaving and he gets a new group of kids. So to lead them every single year like this is something special.
It's not easy to take these young guys, have them play at this top tier level consistently throughout a season. It's not easy for him to do. My hat's off to him.
Absolutely.
100%.
100%.
Calipari is a great coach and he deserves the success that these teams have been giving him.
Absolutely.
And it's just fun to watch.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
If you've been following this team, they're playing like an NBA team.
They really are. Now, I don't know how I feel when people say, Kentucky could beat the Knicks or Kentucky could beat the Sixers. Those are NBA teams we're talking about. I mean, I don't know if I buy into that completely. It'd probably be a good game.
Pace.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a little slower.
Yeah, exactly. And you get the different shot clock and everything else that goes into it. Right now they don't really have a. You think back to years past. You have John Wall as an NBA superstar, DeMarcus Cousins is an NBA superstar, Rajon Rondo, Brandon Knight. You think of all these guys that went to Kentucky. Right now, I really don't know if they have an NBA superstar on that roster. They have a lot of solid players that'll probably be successful, but I don't think they have an NBA superstar right now.
Really?
That's honestly probably the closest person to me would probably be Karl Anthony Towns. Yeah. But I don't really know if he's a superstar.
Karl Towns, I think he's. I feel like again these guys in Kentucky. I feel like they should all stay in school.
Yeah.
I mean, the Harrison twins are good, but just like last season, I think this year, since we might have a weak draft on our hands this year, it might be smart for them to get into the draft this year.
Yeah. I agree.
I think Aaron Harrison has a really good shot on him.
Yep, he does.
He'll probably go top 15.
No, absolutely. Definitely. Absolutely, yep.
So it'll be good to see how many of them stick around, how many of them leave. Again, this all depends on who's winning.
Yeah.
And who was it last year? Okafor says, I'm not done, but hey, he ended up leaving and went to the NBA.
Yeah.
Because he knew that was his best chance to leave.
I agree.
So it's going to be tough. It's tough from here on out to see which of these teams are going to advance. But as mentioned before, if we could get a Final Four of Kentucky, Duke, Michigan State, and Wisconsin.
That'd be something.
That's going to be sick. That'll be fun to watch.
Absolutely.
Or Arizona.
Even UNC.
Yeah.
I think coming out of the West, I really think UNC, Wisconsin, or Arizona is all capable of coming out of the West and giving Kentucky a run. So.
Right. I mean, Kentucky, they've been playing perfect, but it's so hard.
It's so hard.
They can keep up.
We know that because of the lack of teams being able to do it in the past. So it's going to be very interesting to see.
It's going to be fun, and I'm looking forward to the rest of their season. We've got 4 games, and hopefully 4 games left for them.
Hopefully.
We can never know.
We'll see.
We're going to keep the Billy Joel playing because I'm digging the Billy Joel today.
It's a Billy Joel kind of day.
So we're going to keep playing that. And then when we come back, we're going to slip into some baseball real quick. We've got baseball and, of course, our favorite weekly segment, 90-second hockey.
Yes.
So I've got to turn the camera on.